The Safer Bundle has been developing over many months, and I'm pleased to say that we are making progress. Things are looking much better in our hospital, and at times we have reduced length of stay. We're using the patient lounge, people are peeling off ward rounds to do TTOs. There is a team ethos to make safer work. Our safer journey started with the Safer Bundle. The Safety Bundle can make a positive difference to patients.
S is for senior review. We commit to see our patients every day.
Evidence tells us that senior review of every patient every day reduces mortality and length of stay.
A is for an accurate date and time of discharge.
F is for flow.
E is for an early discharge.
At 2:30 we do a board round to prepare for the following day, and we look at criteria-led discharge.
Help me go home.
Book the transport. Don't delay, book today.
R is for a review of the stranded patient.
Every day in hospital is a day out of a patient's life.
All of these together will make our hospital a safer place for patients and staff.
Let's create a social movement and embrace the Safer Bundle within RCHT.
Following the Safer Bundle video, we moved on to the criteria-led discharge promotion.
I support criteria-led discharge.
I support criteria-led discharge.
I support criteria-led discharge.
Criteria-led discharge will support the junior doctors. If we can make sure that this is filled in full the day before, the next day the nursing staff can discharge the patient without having to bother any of the medical team.
I am a champion of the criteria-led discharge.
Criteria-led discharge facilitates patient flow.
There is a criteria-led discharge process. The patient is confirmed for criteria-led discharge at the board round or the ward round.
Criteria-led discharge can allow us to communicate better with the multidisciplinary team and make sure that we all understand what's needed to get that patient out of the acute setting and back into the community safely.
Criteria-led discharges work for us. At 6 a.m. our night nurses take bloods, at 8 a.m. I can check those bloods, and by 9 a.m. our patients can either be moved to the discharge lounge or can be a golden patient to get them home.
I do believe that criteria-led discharge can reduce unwarranted referrals and follow-ups for therapy staff.
The senior nurse will add the CLD icon to the Swift Plus board.
So it's so important that you use the criteria-led discharge stickers on the wards. For every patient that you don't discharge means another patient in the ED corridor.
Within our area we support the Safer campaign by helping with the criteria-led discharge to aim to discharge our patients smoothly to help get our elective patients in for their planned operation.
Safer isn't a nursing responsibility. Safer is the responsibility of nurses, therapists and clinicians. We all need to work together for the benefit of our patients.
If you had 1,000 days left to live, how many of those would you want to spend in hospital? We know that for the older people, time is their most valuable currency. Any delay that they spend whilst waiting to get home can have a huge impact.
In reviewing our stranded patients, our patients that are here for extended periods of time, sometimes for the right reasons, but making sure that we're always touching base to make sure that something is actively being done for these patients, as well as being able to make sure that we can get in our elective patients in a more timely fashion to give them the care that they deserve.
Yesterday, we were in Opal 4 status. A patient lay on this trolley for 16 hours, which was not a great experience for that patient. We have mitigation for these instances, and we have a queue nurse looking after the patient. The longer the patient stays in ED, the longer the hospital stay will be, and this is research-driven and evidence-based fact.
Where we still need to improve is with criteria-led discharge. Some of us are bought into that process, some of us aren't. It can reduce the junior doctor's workload. Let's get bloods done by the night staff, and then we can discharge patients early in the morning.
I believe for a safe and effective discharge, the whole team needs to be involved in the rapid round, and a criteria-led discharge plan needs to be put in the notes.
It's nice of you to come to our rapid round. I just wondered if you would be able to come and see our patient here. There's some mention about going to a community bed, just need your help.
Right, I was made aware of the patient yesterday by the Safer Patient Flow Hub, so we actually got to them yesterday afternoon, and she was previously listed for a community bed, but I'm thinking we can aim home now. She's had her OT review, grandson's going to support.
Oh, brilliant. We'll let all the care know.
Angie, you've worked in the hospital for quite a long time time now and you're heavily involved in the Discharge Lounge. Tell me what the biggest frustrations are for you.
The biggest frustrations are the discharge summary is not completed by the doctors from the ward that the patients have come from.
The other aspect to patient care that we still need to improve on is patient communication. Today we have spoken to a patient that does not know her plan of care. We have not communicated that well enough to her, and actually keeping her informed would have improved her patient experience. What have you been waiting for to get you home?
For these people to say I can go.
Okay, so do you think if you had kind of structured questions that you had answered every day, would that have helped?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So like, when are you going home, a date?
Yes.
What you're waiting for?
Yes.
Etc. Okay.
I mean, some people don't want to know, but I do.
Yeah.
I want to know what they're doing and when they're doing it and that sort of thing.
You want information?
Yes.
Okay.
If you go into hospital or a member of your family goes into hospital, you want to know exactly what's going to happen to you. And we know that when we go around our wards, some patients don't know what's going to happen to them. So they don't know what's wrong with them, they don't know what's going to happen next, and they don't know when they're going home. And like you and I, they've got plans to make. They've got families and friends, they've got lives outside of the hospital, and they want to get back to them, and we should remember that. So I think red to green's a really important tool, as is criteria-led discharge. But if we start with telling the patient what it is wrong with them and what's going to happen to them and set their expectations, and then we use red to green as a tool, not for beating people up with, but actually for flushing out when things take longer than they should.
We're working with the community to make sure that this isn't a hashtag safer RCHT. We want to make it a hashtag safer Cornwall.
Early supported discharge is one way that we are making a hashtag safer Cornwall.
Teamwork for a hashtag safer Cornwall.
Good communication between the MDT is what's needed for a hashtag safer Cornwall.
Although I think working with our community partners has definitely improved, I definitely think this is an area that we should focus on for a hashtag safer Cornwall.
We need to ensure the elements of the safer bundle are completely embedded as business as usual to make a hashtag safer Cornwall.
Teamwork will help to achieve a hashtag safer Cornwall.
Working together for a hashtag safer Cornwall.
Alternatives to bed-based care, hashtag safer Cornwall.
That's our journey so far. Now we're looking to the future at a hashtag safer Cornwall.